Today I want to take a look at the writer's notebook that I've set up, and I'm really excited to go through it and share some of my ideas, and hopefully you can get some ideas for your own writer's notebook from this video, and if not, then I just hope that you enjoy watching me flip through it. Stick around to the end of the video to find out how you can win a $50 Amazon gift card, and let's get into it. So this cover came on one of the most recent monthly happy planners, and it's got all the different rainbow colors on it. It says colorful days ahead. It's got lots of pretty birds, and I really love it. I just love it when all the colors of the rainbow are together. I think it looks so nice. These discs aren't part of any happy planner set that's out there currently. I collected some of these discs from various places and kind of put them all together. So this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one all came from the Happy Planners like normal rainbow set that they make, and I just added these red ones that are actually like Mickey Mouse discs. I added these, and then I had these like deep blue ones from another Happy Planner I had bought earlier this year. So I put these all together, and I think they look really nice. I just wanted a more vibrant rainbow disc than what they normally come out with. All right, so opening it up, I have this little pocket here. It's a little sticky pocket. I got a set of these at Michael's a while back, and they were on clearance. So I have these in a couple of different planners this year. I just wanted to try them out and see if I end up sticking anything inside. Plus, they're just really cute. I love anything sweets themed. So this is my sticky notes section. I like to write sticky notes and stick them in my planner if I'm planning for a future month, because my plans change all the time. So I have this in here. I know I'll be making good use of it. I've got my name page. Oh, I didn't put my name in it yet. And of course, now that I noticed that, I don't have any of my pens sitting anywhere nearby. That's okay, I'll do it later. So this Happy Planner is also one of the newest releases. That's a July start. It's a monthly planner. It's called the Squad Goals monthly planner, I think. So this is the like 2023, 2024 year at a glance. I already did a full flip through of this planner. I'll link that above if you want to see everything that's in it. So I'm not going to do that video again. I just have my book cover for my upcoming release, laminated, punched, and I stuck it in here. Since it's my writing planner, it felt appropriate. I am looking for ARC readers for this book. There will be more details about that later in the video. But if you're interested in fantasy romance, I would love it if you would help me out. You'll find the links and everything below. So these I think I do want to use for something this year. I'm just not entirely sure what. I would love to use it for like word count tracking every day. So we'll see. We'll see if I end up doing that. If I even remember. A lot of times I forget I even have these pages. If I don't end up using them, I'll just take them out because I don't need these currently pages. The monthly sections, I really like the Happy Planners tabs, how you can just easily flip to every month. So I think I'm just going to keep all of my family's plans for the entire year in this planner for ease of access. So that's what I'm going to use this for, just everything in my life. This monthly section, I haven't fully figured out like exactly where everything's going to go yet, but I am definitely going to be keeping my writing goals in here, any big projects and tasks I have for my writing, my habits. I want to start a habit where I'm writing every single day, even if it's just a few hundred words. So I'm definitely going to be using these over here. It's got a space for your top priorities and lots of notes. So I really like this layout, and I'm excited to figure out how to best use it for all of my writing goals. I have quite a few, so this will be very handy for me. And I took out all of the additional checklist pages that came with this planner and like the extra notes page. I just kept this one because it's on the back of this. I shouldn't need all of these, but I can also use these if I need to. But I have a lot of check boxes here, and I have a lot of space here, so I doubt I'll need it, but in case I do, there it is. So this is a little divider that I put in here, and this divides my writing notes section from my writing planner section. So this first tab says character. Here's what all my tabs look like. So I've got character, world, outlines, edits, marketing, ideas, courses, and Photoshop. So there's a little preview of what I have. I use this Dymo label printer, just the really basic one, and it makes these adorable labels that look very vintage and cute. So I really wanted to make this video as useful as possible for anyone who's going to be watching. So I went ahead and made example pages for everything that I'm going to be putting in here. The example pages aren't necessarily exactly what I'll be using, but it's very, very close to what I'll be using. And I haven't really filled anything out for the most part because I'd like to keep my notes private. But for this video, you'll be able to see everything before I fill it out. Hopefully that's okay. So I made this character sheet. I actually took Sarah Cannon's character sheet from her resource library. If you sign up for her newsletter, you'll get her resource library with all of her writing resources. They're really great. You should check them out. So she has a sample character sheet in one of her files on there. So I copied that and I pasted it into Google Docs, and I kind of edited it to fit me better. So this is what I have. Character sheet. I've got a place for name, age / date of birth, backstory, because every character has a backstory, you know what I'm saying? First appears in book, appearance, so just anything that I mention in the book that they look like, their culture, their background, common phrases and gestures. I hope this is focusing correctly, but I don't think it is. I'm sorry. I'll be reading it out loud for you anyways. So common phrases and gestures. Everybody has little idiosyncrasies, little quirks, little things that they do that make them more human, that make them feel human. So in books, it's good to add all those things for different characters so that they feel like different people, not just like the same person. And you want them to all talk slightly differently based on their background and where they're from and all of that. So I want to make sure to take note of that for every character. And then this character is most passionate about. So basically, what's the character's goal and motivation in the story? So that's it. I just printed it on some scrapbook paper I had and punched it. So I will likely make a character sheet like this for all of my main characters in the books that I write. So here's an example of a character vision board. I'm going to be doing a lot of vision boarding. You can call it a vision board. You can call it a mood board, an aesthetic board. People call it different things. But this one is just kind of an example one I made. This is the main character in my upcoming book, Castle of Cards and Shadows. Her name is Sarrie. So this is kind of what she looks like and just the mood. So that's basically what'll go in my character section. Just info about my characters and mood boards based on them. So depending on how many characters I have in my next book, this might be pretty thick, who knows? So my next tab says world. And here is another example mood board that I created for the world, the setting of my upcoming book. This is the castle. And normally I think I'll probably add like a lot more pictures and make it more, just make it better than this. But I just kind of wanted to mock something up so that you guys could see what I was talking about. My book is about to release. I'm hoping to release it this summer, 2023. If it's already released by the time you're watching this, I'm going to link it down below because why wouldn't I? But for upcoming books, yeah, I'll be referencing this probably a lot. And here's just an example map. This is the first fantasy map I ever created. Actually, I think it might even be the only one I ever made, really. I made it years ago in some kind of map creator that I found online. I know what it was called. It was called Asgar's Fantasy Map Generator. So if I can still find it online, I'll link it below. It's really cool. It's an awesome piece of software. I'm not really using this, but I just wanted to kind of give you an example because I'm going to be making a lot of maps for upcoming projects, and of course I'll be punching them and sticking them in here. And I'm hoping to keep a story Bible in here, which is basically a reference of everything in my story that I want to keep consistent. So like names of side characters, capitalization for certain words, like if I make up a word to use in the story and it is capitalized or it's not capitalized, I want to keep a record of that so that I can keep everything consistent and just stuff like that. Just any little detail in my book that I want to stick down somewhere to remember later as I'm writing, if I'm going to be using it like more than once, or even if I only use it once, it'll be useful to write it down in here just to know so I can keep everything consistent. This next page I made is for the lore of my world. So basically world building, like the history of the world. Maybe if I have kingdoms that have grievances with one another, I would list those here. How those things originated, different races, different like occupations for characters, and just everything to do with the world, I guess. And then I put some extra notes pages in here just so I can keep going with this because I know that there'll probably be a lot. It's going to definitely take up more than one page for sure. So I put a few more pages in here, and since it's Happy Planner, I can always take them out or add more. Next section is outlines. So I put this in here just to kind of show that I'm going to put the outline for my book in here, but I'll actually be printing it out. I'm a heavy outliner. I have to outline my entire book before I start writing, and I usually re-outline a couple different times between drafts as well, just to add more to my story. I always build my story in layers. Even if I think I have the entire thing down the first go, I never do. I always need to add more, make more connections between scenes and all of that. So what I'm thinking is I will print out every single chapter of my book in outline form, and I'll just have one per page. Generally, how I divide up my chapters is I do one scene per chapter. Sometimes there's more, but usually it's one major scene per chapter. So I'll put the title of the scene, and that's just for my use. Whenever I go to publish my book, it'll just be chapter 1, chapter 2. But when I'm drafting, I find it's much more helpful, instead of numbering my chapters right away, to just give a name to each chapter. That's just for me, so I know like what it is, what the chapter's about. And I'll print them out on separate pages so that if during my next draft I want to change something, I can just change it on the one chapter page, and then I can like replace that page. So one page per scene / chapter, and I'll be able to replace them as needed if I make edits. Hope that made sense. So my edit section, this will be extremely useful for me. This is a page that will hold all of my crutch words. So as writers, we all have various words that we lean on whenever we are writing. And it's a good thing. It helps us to write fast. You know, it helps you to just be able to sit there and pound out your draft. So that's really, really good. But as you're editing, you do want to kind of keep an eye out for those crutch words and replace them where possible. So a big one for me is eyes and looking. I'm really bad with showing most of my characters' emotion through their eyes, and that's not good. You want to show it through lots of different avenues. So that would just be one of my crutch words. You know, looking, eyes, just is a big one. A lot of writers overuse that word. I can also just keep a general note for adverbs, just to search the draft for anything ending in ly that might be able to be better written, just stuff like that. So these will be things I'll look out for as I'm editing. And then I want to make my writing process more streamlined. I want to write faster. I want to publish much more frequently than I do now. So I want to come up with a process that I follow every single time I sit down to start brainstorming, writing, and then publishing a book. So I'm hoping to keep like a list here of all the different steps and just go down and check them off as I complete them. So that's what will go here. And this is another nifty little thing I got from the Heart Breathing's resource library. This says time totals per writing phase. So this will help me plan out my writing a lot better. So this is the writing phase. So say the phase is just brainstorming, I would write that here, or say it's drafting or first round edits, you know, proofreading. All of those are different phases that would go here. And this is where I can kind of like set my goals for my different steps in my writing of a certain book. And then I can see exactly how long it took me. So goal start date, actual start date, date of completion, total days, target word count, actual word count, hours invested, and then any notes. So this is fantastic because this will help me to come up with my writing process a lot better. Basically, these are kind of two sides of the same coin. So I'm hoping I can become more efficient as a writer through using these and really tracking how long I'm taking, especially per writing phase. So this will be fantastic. I'm really excited to use this. And again, I just printed these on the back of some scrapbook paper just to make them thicker and more durable, because if I just printed it on regular computer paper, it would be pretty flimsy. So in the same vein of being more efficient with my writing, I want to have a scene guideline. So each and every scene / chapter in all of my books, I want it to have certain things. So I want each one, if possible, to have like some type of foreshadowing, the answer to a story question, posing a new story question. I want the characters to have a clear goal in that scene, I want the reader to know the character's motivation in that scene, if possible. Since I write like with romance and romance subplots and things, I want to have romance in every scene if possible, at least some form, even if the character's maybe even like thinking about the other one. Just something that makes the reader know that it is a romance book. I just want to be more efficient and a better writer. And I try to do everything I can to be a better writer. So the next time I go to plot a book, I'll have this next to me as I'm plotting out each scene. So I put fixes here because I didn't have the stickers available for edits, so it just says fixes. But basically, for each draft, I'll have a separate sheet of things I know I need to edit for that draft. So say I'm on my second draft and I know that I have a big plot hole, so I'll write that down. And then whenever I fix it in that draft, I can cross it off. Or say I have a new scene I need to add, I'll put that here. Just any edit that I need to make, I'll keep track of it on a list so that I can just work through the draft, crossing them off as I go. And then like before, I just have some extra pages in here because I know I'll need them. And I can always add or take away later. So this next one is marketing. So I'm an indie author, which means I am my own publisher, my own marketing person. So I like to keep track of the things I should be doing, and I'm still getting started on my marketing journey, so I'm still learning. So for now, I'm just writing down everything that I know I'm going to want to do with each new book release. So this says list book on Goodreads, do a cover reveal / pre-order campaign, find ARC readers, and I'm just going to have like all the little tasks that I want to do for marketing for every release so that I don't feel like I'm forgetting anything. And then obviously I have this YouTube channel, and I do have it to connect with other writers, which is great and I love it. But also I have it so that I can kind of get the word out about my books and also to share my planners. So this is a page where I will keep all of my future video ideas. I actually have a lot written down on my phone, so I'm just going to transfer them all over to here. And this is where I'll keep just outlines for videos, or if I want to script out certain parts, although I don't do well with scripts, so I probably won't script anything, but just like make a list of talking points. You know, if I have a video that I really want to make sure I hit all the points that I'm wanting to, I'll just write that down so that I won't miss anything. This is a page where I'll keep a record of all of the author apps and services that I have. A lot of them are like subscription based. Some of them I just bought once, and so then I have access to forever, like Vellum, which is a formatting software. And I just want to make sure that I keep all of my renewal dates and how much it's going to cost whenever my subscription renews for every service. So right now I'm using Wix for my author website. I have Vellum for formatting. I have something called Tangent Templates that I bought a long time ago. I have BookFunnel for my ARC distribution. And then for book covers and graphic design, I have Photoshop. I'm learning Photoshop, so I have a subscription to it, and I'll just go through and add all the amounts. And then if I think of anything else that I forgot that I subscribed to, I'll put that here too. And then more pages again. The next section is just ideas. And I have this cute little divider. The reason I put this here and not in any of the other sections is because if I have an idea, I want to be able to quickly just be able to flip this open and write it down. I don't want to have to, you know, page through this. Paging through this would be totally fine for anything else, but I feel like for ideas, I'm really going to want to be able to access this quickly. So I use this cute little rainbow divider, and this is just where I will once again take my phone, the notes section that I have on my phone, and I'll transfer all of the random little ideas and tidbits that I might want to use in a future book over to this page, just so I can keep everything in one place. I don't like keeping everything on my phone. Plus, it just goes with everything else in here. I want to keep it all in one spot. If I find any little thing in my life that inspires me, like say I have a cute postcard or like a quote that's on a piece of paper or something, I'll punch it and stick it in here too in this idea section, because just anything that inspires me, I'm going to keep in here. So this is courses, and I signed up for a course earlier this year from Rebecca Hamilton. It's called, I think it's called Six Figure Author or something. I'll link it below. But yeah, took the leap, signed up for that course. It's a very, very good course. I'm going to be going through it again. I've already went through it once. I'm going to go through it again and write down any notes, anything that stands out to me that I want to make sure to keep in here, because I really want to make sure that I get all of the information I can from that course and really make sure I'm implementing it, because sometime in the future I am hoping to be a full-time author, and I'm going to work really, really hard to make sure that happens. So this is just where I'll keep all of my course notes, because I'm going back through that course and any other courses I take. Like if I take any courses from Heart Breathings in the future, that'll go in here, anything like that. This last section is Photoshop. I'm learning Photoshop. I'm not anywhere near amazing yet. It's all self-taught. I haven't even like really watched that many Photoshop videos or anything. I find that I learn best by just going on and trying things, and that's how I learn the most. So this is a cover actually made recently for my friend's book, and I think it turned out really, really well. I printed out a sticker of it and stuck it here. And this is just where I'll keep anything that I've found in Photoshop that I don't want to forget about. Like if I found a cool technique, I just don't want to forget how I did it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where all of those notes will go. And then I have a pocket folder here in the back, or I guess it's just a folder, not a pocket folder, this is a folder. Right now I have my Erin Condren perpetual calendar in here, and it's got a bunch of birthdays and stuff in it for everybody in my family. Like I said, I'm going to use the planner up here to keep track of just everything in my life. So I'm going to be transferring all of these birthdays to this so that I don't miss anybody's birthday or forget about anything. That's just kind of living here for now until I can transfer it all over. That is my writing planner / writer's notebook. I think this will be extremely, extremely helpful for me. Let me know if you have any other ideas of what would be cool to keep in here, because I'm always open to more ideas. Now I'm going to tell you about how you can win a $50 Amazon gift card. So let me put that aside really quick. So this is my upcoming book, Castle of Cards and Shadows. It's a clean fantasy romance. It's a retelling of the Pied Piper. I am looking for ARC readers, which means you get to read this book for free early before release day. And I'm just looking to get as many ARC readers as possible. What'll happen is I'll email you an ebook of this before release day. And it'll be the final version of this book. And all I will ask is that you try to read it before release day and commit to leaving a review on release day. I'm not going to pay anybody for reviews. It's completely voluntary. But I did want to have some kind of fun incentive for the people that are helping me out by doing this. So I am giving away a $50 Amazon gift card, and I will be giving it away 1 week after this book releases. And the release date is TBD. Still don't have an exact release date, but I know I want it to be this summer. So if you want to help me out with this, if you want to read this book early and be entered in the drawing for the gift card, check the link down below. It'll take you to a Google Sheet where you'll just answer a couple simple questions and enter your email so that I can send you the book. I'll also make an announcement video whenever I do draw the winner a week after release. And just know that I appreciate it so, so much. If you're watching this video after this campaign is over, I'll link the book in the description box. Hopefully you'll go check it out on Amazon. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you'll sign up to be an ARC reader, get to read my book for free, and I hope that you enjoyed my writer setup. And I will see you again very soon with another planner video. See ya!